Okay, so
Are
we
we
are live.
live?
Indeed, yes, we are. Hello, hello, everybody. Let's pull it up on our phone so we can see the comments as
Yes,
they're going through.
absolutely.
All right. For those joining right now, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know your wins, most of all, as well. And you already have it?
Absolutely. Okay, I just got it.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
I'm pulling it up on my side too.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So,
Hello,
first things
hello.
first, of course, definitely share your wins with us. We love to always start the calls that way so we can celebrate with you
Yes.
all. Let us know who's here as well in the comments. Share your wins with us.
Absolutely. All right, I got
Yes.
everything set up on my side as well. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about mindset and the law of attraction. This is a big one because, of course, as we all know, we talk about mindset quite often, and it's
Yeah.
important because it really is what structures not only your day, but your day to day and the growth that you're going to be experiencing within your entire journey, right? So it's
Absolutely.
really powerful and
Absolutely.
important, especially as we already give you all the tools and strategies within the School of Marketing. You have the additional calls directly with us. And here is just really setting up the stage right, setting up the stage properly to just know how to attract everything within your life with, of course, your daily method of operation, right? Guarding your mind most of
Absolutely.
all.
Yes. And law of
Hello.
attraction is something that we always enjoy talking about as well. So
Yeah,
this is going to be a pretty exciting topic
for
today.
sure.
Hello, Dale, and hello, Hannah.
Hello,
Hello, Randy.
Randy.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome to have you all
Yes.
here.
So definitely share your wins with us so we can start with that and we
Yeah,
can
for
celebrate with
sure.
you all. Let us know what's been going on this week with you all.
Definitely. Wins in business, both business and personal as well, so that we can actually already just celebrate those wins along with you. We're going to open up the PowerPoint that we have, and this is something that we have shared a long time back, but as of request, we actually decided to bring it back up with additional, of course, information added to it. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be definitely a great information to share along with everyone in here as well.
Yes, absolutely. So what we can do is in the meantime, we can actually, we could already pull up the
Yeah, I believe
slides
so.
because there's
Yeah,
quite a bit
for
of
sure.
information. So we definitely, even for those watching the replay, definitely tap, put hashtag replay in the comments as well. So
For
we know
sure.
that you are here with us. Hello, Jasmine.
Hello, hello, Jasmine.
Watching from YouTube as well. So good to see you here. So yes, absolutely. So we'll be pulling up the slides
cool.
right now, and we'll start right away with that. Hello, Cindy.
Hello, hello. Let's see. So I'm opening up the PowerPoint.
Yes,
So
we'll present right away.
And I do see that because now we're actually offering the live. Oh,
Let's just get back to the beginning.
Yeah, well, I'm not sharing the screen just yet, so I actually have the time. Sorry, guys, we're actually just doing a couple of adjustments prior.
Yes.
So, yeah, for those that do have access to the Facebook group, definitely make sure to come join us in the Facebook group as well. Because for you that you do have access, definitely make sure to join in here as we're live in here as well. We did create that page as well for everyone else to get access to, because we believe that every single person that wants to learn how to start a business online, yes, having the mentorship where you invest into yourself to have the mentorship, you do get access to the additional Facebook group, right? But for those that are still thinking like, should I not? We want to still give the opportunity for you to see what we teach, what we provide, what we pretty much inspire everyone that has joined the team and community with, that allows them, and that eventually will allow you as well to start and grow your business in the best possible way, because it's never just about the strategies, the push a button and then just like your business explodes. It's you as the individual being the business and making sure that your mindset is connected right with the goal, with the outcome, the impact that you're looking to have that exponential growth, right? Yeah. So we're excited to see that like everyone is joining from all over and just tuning into this live is going to be a very powerful one. very, very
I'm excited.
inspirational and just like overall with a lot of value. And definitely make sure to join us in the chat in Facebook, because that's the one that we're going to be prioritizing while we're still taking a look at the other chat as well. But this one just automatically pops up.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah, come join us.
So we've got some wins as well from Randy. So Randy says, my win this past week is making a list of life plus business goals. Now that I have more time, my job ended on Wednesday. Congratulations.
Wow, congrats,
That's
Randy.
amazing. And actually achieving all but one of them to some degree, including getting back to organic marketing successfully.
That's
congratulations
cool.
for that. This is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, I know that you've, I don't know if you've moved already or if you're about to, but this is absolutely fantastic that you've been doing all of that, all while doing a move, while moving to a different place as well. So congratulations. That's absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Huge congratulations to you, Randy. And yeah, this is awesome. We're excited to see where this journey leads you. And we sure know that it's just onto great and new doors and new opportunities, right? So that's awesome to see. That's awesome.
Fantastic. So at this point, we'll be pulling up the presentation.
Yes.
We'll get into that right away.
We have that set.
Keep sharing your wins with us in the comments. Definitely keep interacting as well. We'd love to see that. It brings even more value to everyone on the panel as well.
Absolutely. And like we said, for everyone that does have access to the Facebook group, join us in here as well. We see everyone is tagging their accountability buddies and their team as well, which is awesome. If you don't yet have access to the Facebook group and you would like to have access to the Facebook group right now so you can interact with the chat live directly with us, just simply make sure to scroll on the page and you're going to see a button that will allow you to join not only the Facebook group but the entire team, and we're going to help you to get everything set up properly for your business. But without further ado, enjoy this live right now, and we're excited to have everyone else joining. But yeah, mindset and the law of attraction.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it.
Yes.
Awesome. So what we'll be covering today is, of course, we'll start with our personal mindset shifts. So this is something that we'll actually be covering all the way throughout this slide as well, simply because there's a lot of things that did impact our lives, and we'll be sharing all of that with you in the hopes that it also helps you as well in your journey. So our personal mindset shifts, law of attraction, we'll be talking about radio analogy, we'll be talking about law of deliberate creation, we'll be talking about law of allowing, the segment intending as well, beliefs and programming, and scarcity versus abundance mindset. Now, if some of those terms right now sound, it's the first time that you're hearing some of them, don't worry about that, because we'll actually be going in detail and actually explaining all of those things in detail in this slide. So don't worry about it right away. This is going to be explained later on.
Absolutely.
So let's get right into it. So first of all, let's start with the quotes. Yeah. So law of attraction. So law of attraction is like the air you breathe. Abundance is all thing is available to you. Your life will simply be as good as you allow it to be, from Abraham Hicks. This is such a powerful quote, and we wanted to definitely start this live with this quote because it kind of shows a little bit the importance of law of attraction in your life.
Definitely.
So let's get right into the law of attraction and what it is and how it works. So simply put, the law of attraction actually is the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. And it is believed that regardless of age, nationality, or religious beliefs, we are all susceptible to the laws which govern the universe, including the law of attraction. Yeah. And what we mean by this over here is because there are, earthly laws such as, for example, gravity, which if I were to drop my phone over here, it would fall down on the floor. But those are earthly laws. Those are laws of pretty much that would apply on Earth, versus there's universal laws which apply pretty much everywhere. Yeah. So it is the law of the attraction which uses the power of the mind to translate whatever is in our thoughts to materialize them into reality.
Which that's one of the most powerful things, because when you realize that all that you need is just one thing. Guard your mind and just know what your thoughts are, what you're wanting to accomplish, and really just believe in them so strongly that it will happen, that you focus on how you can make it happen rather than, I don't know if I can make it happen, right? Yeah. Because those doubtful thoughts is what will then allow you to see and take proof for yourself that it can be difficult, that you might not be able to. But if instead it's flipped over to the, let me figure out how I can make this happen, your mind is automatically going to start searching for solutions to show you that you can and you will be able to. That's the quote, he who says he can, he who says he can't are both usually right.
Absolutely. Hello, Rennie. Nice to have you here as well. Yes, so law of attraction. So at this point, how to utilize the law of attraction. So this is something that we've been reading a lot about, learning a lot about over the past couple of years.
It's a journey,
and this is definitely a journey. So think of it like this. So you are pretty much an artist creating pictures of your desired life, and then intentionally you're making choices and taking actions that will attract and create what you envision. So life is pretty much a blank canvas of possibility, and you are the one that is in control of what the finished picture is going to look like. So that's exactly what the law of attraction is, and how you can utilize it to create pretty much whatever it is that you want to create for your life experience.
Yeah, when it's thought that way, it's just really, it comes down to like how simple, but how effective it truly is, right? It doesn't ever have to be anything complicated. It's just really thinking of what is it that you're wanting to accomplish, what is it that you're wanting to do, put all your energy and focus there. And you'll automatically find the steps to be able to, right?
Yes. Okay, so next thing. So what is influencing your life? So things to consider and to be aware of. And the reason for that is because, so what we want to talk about over here is pretty much everything that is going to impact your vibrations on a daily basis. The things that are going to make you feel good, that are not necessarily going to make you feel good as well, and what things to kind of be considered and be aware of. To think, oh, okay, this is something where I could change something in my routine. So for example, how are you starting your day? Do you have a morning routine? Is there something that you're doing every morning, for example, to make you feel good? How are you feeling in the morning? Notice your thoughts around money when shopping and paying bills. Yes, go for it.
I did want to jump back into like the how are you starting your day. Now the truth is simply this: we are all different, and we all have a different way to start the day. And what we mean here is never the fact of like, if you don't have a morning routine, you're not going to be successful, right? Or if you're only going to be able to achieve certain things with a solid morning routine. No, the thing that I'm actually wanting to share with this, and that we're actually wanting to share with this, is that the way that you start the day is the way that then it will actually determine if you're going to be more on the reactive or proactive, right? And what I mean by that is like, when you wake up in the morning, you take your phone and right away take a look at the notifications, and then from there, before you know it, you're like scrolling on Instagram or Facebook? Or are you actually just deliberately deciding to wake up in the morning, have an alarm, you turn off the alarm, you take care of yourself first, right? What it is that you feel that you need to do to wake up right, to feel that you're energized, to then be able to take care of the other things, so that you're not reacting to just the notifications of a phone, but that you're proactive, deciding how you want to start your day, so that then when you do pick up the phone, you already have set your mindset and your energy in a solid way, where you're actually just proactive within your entire day and productive as well, right? Really
absolutely.
Important.
I mean, bottom line is really to find something that makes you feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So everyone is going to have a different routine. You know, it could just be that you're waking up and you're having just a 5-minute meditation. Or it could just be that you're waking up and you read a book, or you're waking up and you decide to go to the gym. Whatever it is going to make you feel good in the morning. This is pretty much what we're talking about here, is to find out what it is that is going to work for you, because everyone is different.
For sure. Shoot, even just waking up and just getting out of the bed and just literally saying to yourself, today my purpose, my goal is this. Right?
Or affirmations.
You're putting an affirmation out there. It might sound silly, but the reality is that when you actually wake up with that affirmation, you're automatically saying to yourself what your purpose for that day is. what you are going to accomplish on that day, so that whenever then you go throughout your day, your energy is automatically going to be like spiked up through the roof.
Absolutely.
Right? Just something as simple as that can already make such a big difference.
Definitely. So the next point is notice your thoughts around money and when shopping or paying bills. And the reason for that is because, you know, your relationship with money is going to have an impact on the money that you'll be receiving in your life as well.
Sure.
So, for example, you know, what we mean by notice your thoughts around it is, you know, for example, when you're going grocery shopping, you know, are you looking at, for example, the price of an avocado and the price is higher than before, and now you're thinking, oh, well, why is the price always going up? And, you know, or are you mostly thinking, oh my God, like I'm so abundant that I'm able to nourish my body with such amazing food. Like, thank you, universe, because that's great. I'm so excited to eat that, you know? So it's really about the way that you see things as well. So notice your thought patterns pretty much around daily things that you'll be doing in your life.
Yeah, totally. And we're not saying to just like, you know, like be positive all the time, every time. No, but it's just like be conscious all the time, every time. Sure. Because when you're conscious of your thoughts, you're able to rewire them, right? Because like truth be told, we were raised, all of us, we were raised in a society that tells us to be a consumer. And that's it, right? Just consume, consume, consume. Work hard for the money that you're earning and just consume more. It's like that cycle, right? But at the moment that you become aware of how you are living your life, but not even just living your life, but the thoughts that you're having, you're able to be conscious of them. And when you're conscious of the thoughts, you're able to shift them. And when you're able to shift the thought, you're actually empowering yourself to rewire it with something that's actually gonna give you more of a purpose on your day-to-day, and just that improvement that will change your life drastically in such a positive way. So yeah, we're not saying to just like be positive all the time, be conscious all the time, and you're going to see a huge change in all that you do.
Yes, and one thing as well is that remember that we're all shaped and pretty much wired while we're young as well, with the beliefs of people around us and people of influence on us. For example, your family, you know, your parents or friends, all that can have an impact on you as you're growing up. So just, you know, don't put yourself down if some of those things that we're talking about right now, for example, notice your thoughts around money and you think, oh shoot, like I have these bad feelings towards money. It's not, you know, don't see it as a bad thing. It's fine. Right now you are aware of it, so now you'll be able to reshift that. But it's, you know, just don't put yourself down if this is something that you're going through, because we all go similar things in our life as well.
Sure.
And, you know, no one is perfect. We were not perfect as well, and those are things that we are learning, and that's why we're sharing all of that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because like realistically, we are bringing this up, we are creating this presentation because this is what we went through ourselves.
For sure.
But it's just being conscious of your thoughts. This is exactly what has allowed us to not only expand our mindset, but really live in a more abundant way, where you're not even yourself like taking things aside and just like not making that purchase that can make your life a bit more comfortable, because you're like, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if like I'll be able to. When you actually tap into a reality that you are abundant and that you mostly take actions in your life to have that exponential growth, it's automatic that with that growth, more money will come. But it's just that belief that you know that it's all coming. Now, we're not saying to just like go and just spend all money that you don't have. Absolutely not. But it's just like live life knowing that as long as you take the right actions, all abundance is coming your way, right? Absolutely. So it's just like having that thought, having that feeling that when you do go and spend money, of course, that you have a good, solid relationship with the money, that it's not like you go and just do groceries. Maybe this time it might have cost you like $100 rather than just like $50, right? And it's like, man, I spent double than what I used to. It's like, you know what? I have it. It's good. I get paid every 2 weeks. I'm building my business. For those that are like in the beginning, right? I'm building my business as well. Shoot, I'm freaking enjoying it. You know, I'm just like, yeah, just like feel that you are abundant and man, you're gonna just attract more of that to you. That energy is gonna just skyrocket. It's so important.
Definitely. And Randy does have a comment
Yeah,
as well
let's take a
about
look.
that. So for money, I've started thanking money going out and coming in and feeling excited about the flow, or at
Nice.
least when I remember to. I'm getting better. This
That's
is
cool.
such a great habit as well.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. And this is something that we actually love to do ourselves.
Yeah.
This is such a powerful thing to do. Absolutely. To be thanking money for coming in and coming out.
Yeah. That's cool.
And also just one thing as well that I do want to say is at the end of stick with us, because at the end of the call, at the end of each call, we do share an affirmation card. And today the affirmation card is going to be from Money and the Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
So if this is something that you're interested in, definitely stick with us until the end, and we'll be sharing an affirmation card with all of you.
Absolutely.
So next one is pretty much notice your thoughts around yourself and your health when eating certain food, because certain food are going to make you feel a certain way, are going to make you energized, are going to make you more grumpy or whatever. But certain foods, certain foods are going to make you feel a certain type of way as well. So notice your thoughts as well around your health and your food that you're eating. That's important. The next one is notice how you feel when you do or don't move your body. For me, something that I have, and I'm sure with you as well, because we have done a 75 hard challenge not long ago. And so we had to pretty much work out twice a day for 75 days straight. And there were a lot of other things that we had to do as well.
For sure.
But one of those things was to actually move your body twice a day. And it did make a huge, huge, huge impact on even just how good you feel when you move your body. And so right now, this is something that even though we're no longer, doing the challenge, we're pretty much keeping that in our life just because of the fact that we know how it makes us feel. And that's, if something makes you feel good, then you have to do a little bit more of that as well.
Absolutely. It's so important. It's just like it just keeps that energy flowing at the moment that you're just moving your body, right? It's just like that blood is pumping through your vein, you get more oxygen as well, and just like, your day just feels that much more active. Absolutely. The next one is notice how you feel when you spend time with certain people, because there are going to be people that are going to make you feel super good, super energized as well. And there's going to be people as well that you're not going to feel too good when spending time with them. But notice that too, because that can have a huge impact in your life too. It's overall just like, we all hear it all the time, the quote, you are and you become like the top 5 people you surround yourself with. Well, that is so true. That's so true, because it's like that energy just like stays within that circle. So if you're with people that are not lifting you up, but they're actually dragging you down, right? It's just, is it really worth not even just your time, but your energy? That's definitely something to just consider, mostly because it's like we are all beings that it's just like we're people that we're always wanting to have more into our life, right? And what I mean by that is not like we're wanting to have more of that growth. We're wanting to have more of that expansion. And it's normal. We're human beings. That's just what we're wanting and looking to do. But there are some people that just don't want that, right? They prefer to stay into that comfort zone. So for you that you have that growth mindset, it's just you deciding with your actions, what are you going to do? Are you going to let that drag you down into that comfort zone that is actually not even a comfort zone where it's just like comfortable to stay in because there's no growth? Or are you going to take the action to just simply say, you know what? I love you, but I got to move on, right? I got to invest in my mindset. I got to invest in my growth. And those steps are actually going to attract more of those people that are going to give you those challenges that allow you to have that growth. Right? Absolutely. Just like all of you guys that are here right now, which is awesome. Yes. Also, notice how you feel when you go to or going from work as well. And I'm just going to read through the last ones just because you get the point at this point that it's really just understanding pretty much how you feel about certain situation during the day, and then shifting them when you see that there's something that isn't really working well right now. So notice how you feel when you're doing things that you enjoy. And the last one is
how are you ending your day? So same thing as how you're starting your day, you can have
Yeah.
a routine as well for the night, or you can have a different, for example, some people will decide I'm gonna turn off my phone an hour before bed,
Yeah.
or certain practices that you can
Rereading your
do.
goals, right? So that
Yes.
you go to sleep, that is all in your
Yeah.
mind. And it's just, that's a very powerful way as well, right?
Absolutely. So depending on you and what makes you feel good at the end of your day, so including some of those things into your routine can be really, really good.
For sure, for sure.
So this is a couple of things to consider. Of course, there's more, but those are the main examples that we came up with as well. So let's start with law of deliberate creation. So let's start with this quote from Abraham Hicks as well, which we love. So find something that makes you happy and fixate on it. That is the answer to all things. It's the answer to getting everything you want. Now let's get more into a little bit of what it is. So ask for what you want. So law of deliberate creation, this is pretty much where, and I'm sure that you guys have heard this quote a lot, but where your focus goes, energy flows. This is a quote that is pretty popular as well. But we need to pretty much deliberately think or create things that we want before we can actually take action on them. Before you're going to, for example, someone that would want to write a book or something like that, you'd have to have the thought of writing that book first before you can actually take action on it, right? So it's important that we think about that our thoughts are going to have a huge impact pretty much on what it is that we're doing. This is where I'm getting at.
Definitely.
And also, they'll deliberately create ask plus believe equals receive. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen or read The Secret, which is a fantastic book, or there's also the documentary on Netflix. I don't know if it's still up there, but this is an absolute fantastic documentary, and it talks a little bit about that. So if you've seen that, you'll be pretty much aware of what we're about to share over here. But if you're waking up and you're just going about your day and doing whatever people ask of you, life is just happening to you and you're living by default. But you're pretty much allowing life to happen to you. Deliberately creating is pretty much you taking action to actually focus on what you think about.
Yeah, it's just like the example of before. You waking up in the morning where you are being reacting to like social media right away, where you're just like making that your priority, or you being proactive, where it's just like you wake up with intention. You wake up that you decide what you need to do in that moment to set your energy, your overall like mindset, thoughts, and all that you do in the direction that will lead you for your entire day. Right? So you're not actually just reactive for the entire day, because it's just like, it's such a small thing, but it makes such a big difference. So that like when you make the decision of how you wish to wake up and how you wish to just set the entire day, whatever comes your way, you're not reacting immediately to it, but you're training your mind that you are in control. You are making the deliberate decision each and every single moment of your day, so that whenever unexpected things come up, you're not immediately reacting to it, but you're actually staying within that gap, that you are actually able to be conscious enough to that thought to decide how you wish to react to it.
Yes.
Hope that that's clear. If you guys have questions on that, definitely let us know, because I wouldn't want that's a bit confusing. But it's overall to just like train your mind, train yourself to be in control, to be present. Right, and that starts from the morning as well.
Yes, and to really believing in what it is that you want to achieve, so that you can receive it in your life experience. One big thing, and I'm sure that some of you are aware of this story as well. But for example, Joe Dispenza, which he was told that he would pretty much spend his entire life in a chair, and that he wouldn't be able to walk for his entire life. But then, he asked, and he truly believed that his mind could actually cure him, and he received, and he was able to actually walk again. And now he's talking a lot about his experience.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. He's an author. He's an inspirational speaker, and just like look him up, you'll see a story. But that just really shows the power of it. And now he actually is the one to explain how he was able to do it, and overall how anyone can, because we all are connected with that same source of power, right? Which is absolutely amazing if you think about it.
Yes. Next one is the art of allowing. And that one is a big one. And for us, that was something, I mean, especially for me, I know that it was something that was hard for me to actually get to that. But releasing attachment to your desires, right? It's hard to stop wanting something that you really want.
For sure.
But the paradox here is simply that just the act of wanting infers to the universe that you do not have it yet, right? Which thereby keeps it away from you. So neediness pretty much is resistance. Most of us have never learned how to simply allow things to just happen and come into our life, right? Our whole lives, we've been taught to work harder, fight harder, be better, improve ourselves, change the things that we don't, if we don't like them, take some kind of action towards it as well. But instead of just allowing things to come into our life and knowing, simply because you're knowing that it is going to come to you, and therefore simply letting it come your way.
Absolutely.
So the art of allowing, would you like to?
Yeah, for sure. The art of allowing. Think about it. When was the last time you simply allowed something to simply be without feeling you had to change it, improve it, fix it, or wish that it was something different? That's something that is really big, because when you really think about it and you just really understand that everything happens for a reason. Everything is simply there for you to be able to either learn from or grow from. You just simply allow it all to happen and just, allow it to be your chance to have that exponential growth.
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments as well. So answer this question.
Yeah, for sure.
If this is something that you've ever felt. So the art of allowing, so let's get right into it again. So life is not meant to be a struggle. Most of us make it to be. So allowing takes practice, of course. It takes some time to not necessarily always feel like you need something, but when you have mastered it, you find yourself feeling much more relaxed and satisfied. The satisfaction you constantly feel is pretty much the resistance that you create to what is, right? So if you learn to live without judging everything in your life as either good or bad, and if you learn to simply just be and learn to accept things just as they simply are, you will release the resistance that has been holding you back from getting what you want. And an example of that over here, and I'm just going to give this example because I know that all of you business owners or people that are aspiring to become business owners as well. But for example, as in business, so if you're always feeling like I need to generate a sale, right? And there's always that, it's because you need to generate a sale. That feeling can also push this sale away from you, simply because the fact of you feeling like you need it shows to the universe pretty much that you do not have it, that you're not generating sales. And the thing is also, even the mindset behind it, and even the thoughts that you're going to have behind it, instead of just simply be to actually help people, offer something that is going to change people's lives, now it gets more into a different type of mindset, which can also push this away from you.
Definitely. And just knowing that you have a whole team here, where it's not a solopreneur, right? Where you are you yourself and just you within your business, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, when that happens, what happens is that you're putting an overload on your shoulders that it all has to just depend upon you, right? It's just understanding and knowing that it's teamwork that we're teaching here, right? That it's really just like connecting, working together. When there's a struggle, hey, you know what? Instead of me staying stuck in it, that is actually going to bring my vibration low, right? Let me just try to connect with who I know that can actually either help me to find the answer or inspire me to be able to just take a different approach, take a different action where I can actually have that growth. Because when that happens, that also increases your energy into staying into that peak state of high vibes, rather than staying stuck with something that you might feel that is going to hold you back for a bit of time. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're brand new into the business, it's just like when, for example, if you're learning to ride a bike, right? When you were a kid and you were learning to ride a bike, it didn't come super easy from the first try, right? There were a couple of times that you probably fell before you were able to find your balance, right? And just know that with us, just know that every skill is the same thing, right? Whenever you're trying to learn something new, you have to first find your balance.
Yeah,
but the moment
sure.
that you know that you're not alone in that journey, you're actually keeping those doors open to allow yourself to receive that information so that you don't have to fall down and get those scars too often, because you're able to have your path led with people that have done it before you. So you're able to really find your balance, really find your growth that much faster without actually having to go through the struggle, right? So you're attracting to your life, to yourself, just easier solutions as you have those doors open. So
Love
yeah,
it.
just something
Yes.
to add on top of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. So let's get into the emotional scale. So this is
Yeah.
actually something that was really eye-opening. And if you have a look over here at the emotional scale, pretty much what it means is simply that all of that list of emotion is going to have a different vibration with you.
Definitely.
You know, there's going to be high vibrations with low resistance to what it is that you want to attract in your life, and there's low vibrations with higher resistance to what it is that you want to attract in your life. For example, as you can see on the scale over here, joy is the first one.
Yeah.
So joy, appreciation, empowered, freedom, love.
Oh.
Oops. Let's get
Sorry
back to
about
it.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
My bad.
So over here, you'll see that the first one is joy, then there's passion, and it goes all the way down the list to insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, fear, grief, despair, and powerlessness. So all of those things are going to have a different impact in your life. Now, the reason why we are sharing this with you here is not to let you know that, oh, well, you should never feel, for example, fear, or you should never feel like
you're human.
jealousy or insecurity, which are at the bottom pretty much of the scale. What we mean by this is simply because this is, those emotions that you're going to feel, as soon as you can acknowledge that this is something that you are experiencing right now, the only thing is simply that now that you're aware of this scale, you can simply ask yourself, how could I make myself feel better?
Yeah.
What is something that could help me get into more of a joyful and loving experience right now? How can I just change this situation so that I can feel better? And this is going to have a huge impact on your day as well.
Definitely. It's just really learning to acknowledge, know what emotion you're feeling, and just, if it doesn't serve you, to learn to let go. And I know that this is like easier said than done. I get it, and we totally understand. But again, it just comes to the point of being conscious of it enough so that with time, you're able to actually just really reduce the time that it takes for you to be able to let go of an emotion that is not serving you, so that you can always go back up to those peak states that allow you to be inspired, motivated, and just joyful, and just overall have such high vibes that is always helping you to progress forward, to find the best solutions in all that you do, right?
Absolutely.
So it's just like, it's really important.
Yes. So that was the emotional scale. This is something that we definitely wanted to share with all of you because it's super important. Now let's get into the next one, which is segment intending. So this is pretty much fine tuning. So this is a powerful tool and process for setting your intentions and resetting your vibrations, right? And it puts yourself into a state of allowing in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to manifest. So whatever energy that you hold right now, it builds momentum and it begins to attract similar experiences in your life. This is why we were talking about, for example, if you're low on the vibration, you're experiencing fear, for example, there's a lot of resistance. That's because those are the type of experiences that you're going to attract to you. Rather than if you were to be on top with joy, this is you're going to attract the same type of experiences. So this is what we mean over here. This means that if you learn how to pay attention to your energy, you can begin to gauge what type of experiences will come to you. Mm-hmm. So this is fine tuning so that you can pretty much choose what is going to happen for you in the future. Your next experiences in your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely love that.
Do you want to?
So yes, we have another quote from Abraham Hicks. So segment intending is just about being aware of yourself in your surroundings and what's coming next. Mm-hmm. It's redefining by you of the intentions that you hold in this second.
Yes, and what we mean by this as well is because, for example, if you're doing something that you really enjoy, okay, let's say you're drawing something, this is something that you love to do and it makes you feel super good, okay? Well, once you're done doing that and that you're about to do something else as well, you can, be aware of the fact, oh, I feel really, really good. How can I keep this momentum and hold, pretty much redefine your intentions of the next moment by thinking, okay, I'm going to be doing this so that I can keep feeling this way for the rest of the day, So it's redefining pretty much your intentions throughout the whole day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look.
So segment intending, so it's simply a process of resetting, just like we explained. So taking the time to actually set a clear intention for what you want to experience. So your intention is a powerful creative force. And when you couple that intention with an open vibration of allowing it, you amplify the power of whatever action you're taking in that moment. And you can use this process of resetting and refocusing anytime you shift from one activity to another during the day. So this is exactly what we were explaining right before.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to just be going through the next slides as we got some more coming for you, as we want to just make sure that we're also going to be having, like, if you guys have any questions or anything, we want to leave an open space where we can have a conversation as well.
Absolutely.
If you guys are getting value from this so far, definitely let us know. Drop a couple of likes if you relate with anything, and if you have ever had in the past as well where you were having an experience that was bringing you low vibes, but you became conscious of it. What have you done that has brought you back into that high peak, into that high vibe? Definitely share it within the chat. We would love to know, because that's something that can also inspire others in here, in this not only chat, but in this live, to really see from a different perspective through your journey, what have you done and how it has helped you, so that it can also help others as well. Right?
Yes,
so,
absolutely. So share all of that with us in the comments. So we're going to get into the next one, which is beliefs and thoughts. So a belief is simply a thought you keep thinking, right? And so research shows that most of our decisions and actions and emotions and behavior depends on 95% of brain activity that is beyond our conscious awareness. So the unconscious mind, pretty much. So 95% of what's going on is pretty much all in the unconscious mind. So your mind is a very, very powerful tool. This is not even things that you have to consciously think about. For example, breathing, you don't have to think about it to be doing it. It's something that happens on its own. So your mind is a really, really powerful tool. So if it's true that we create our reality, then why not believing in the best of everything, right? Unfortunately, this is where a lot of people get stuck. They allow their limiting beliefs to sabotage their success, which it does happen. So, but here's the thing, your limiting beliefs are all BS and they do not serve you. The beautiful thing is that you have the power to change them. Limiting beliefs, again, this is something that we talk a lot about, because while you're young, this is when your beliefs and the programming happens. So this is something that you can change over your lifetime, as you pretty much experience certain things and realize that those thoughts are there. You can then start challenging them so that you can reset all of that and change your life.
For sure. It's just like really understanding that you're not a victim of your reality, but that you are the co-creator of your reality. And many times we just forget how simple it can be, of like, yes, we have great goals, we have great visions of what we wanted to accomplish for the future, but to not, like, how can I say this? If we're just thinking of how that's a vision for the future, and that's what we're thinking every single day, we take away the fact that we can work on it now, right? So it's like, it's never living day by day, where it's like, one day it'll happen, one day I'll be able to, that's my vision for then. Hey, bring that vision into now, that you actually deliberately decide, what is it that you can do now? What is it that you can do today? So that, like, small steps taken each and every single day, you're automatically reprogramming your mind that it's like the 5% that you are conscious of, those actions are automatically going to go deep down within your subconscious. So your subconscious is going to actually bring back up what? The inspiration, the information to actually look out for, to be able to just be able to take those additional steps. And before you know it, the days pass by and you're already living your best life. It all starts now, right? Always keep that in mind.
Definitely. And Randy says, love this. Whenever I'm in a low vibe, I have to remind myself that there is something better coming, and it's important to feel through this low feeling in order to make room for a more expansive feeling and keep thinking forward regardless. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you know, that's exactly what we were mentioning, that it's not about just not feeling those feelings, because we're humans and we're gonna have those feelings. It happens. It's really just like Randy was saying, is to feeling, you know, you feel those lows, and then you make room for more expensive feelings, and you can think about, you know, what's coming that is better, and you are the one that it is in control of pretty much how you can change.
Yeah, for sure. We're human, so it's not like we're not allowed. We shouldn't feel like negative feelings. We are like beings that we feel all emotions, but we can decide for how long, and we can decide which emotion we wish to hold. That is like our reality of what we are currently wanting to experience.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's just really being aware of it, and just, I'm not saying like numb them down if you don't want to feel like sadness or, you know, like pain, which it could happen, or, you know, like negative emotions. It's just like allowing them to come, just really breathing into it and just like letting it go, and just really thinking and affirming to yourself like what an amazing, powerful being you are, which you really are. And that's like when you start feeling that emotion, you're deciding that that's the emotion that you're wanting to hold on to, and you're ready to let go of the one that is not serving you. Because the last thing that we ever want to do is try to numb down emotions, because when we do that, we end up numbing down all emotions, right? Because they're all connected. But just breathe into the one that you want to have, and just breathe out to the one that you're ready to let go, and see what a big change will happen within your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that. So beliefs and thoughts. So if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect anyone to believe in you? And this is a really, really deep question. And this is why we wanted to share this example with you as well. Now, this is going to be an example about weight loss, just because we had to choose an example. So that's just one of them, just to make it a little bit more visual. But yes, this applies for everything. So for example, you can believe that you need to lose weight because your belief system tells you that you are fat, and you can engage in that behavior that promotes weight loss, and you will lose some weight. However, if you still believe that you're fat, you will fall back into the negative cycle of self-sabotage, because fat is just how you define yourself. Now, this is a way to just pretty much explain this concept, but technically it, again, just like Rob was saying, it works for anything in life. It can work in also you know, even your entrepreneurial journey
with abundance of just like even just money coming your way as well, right? It's just like you're working on your business, but you still have beliefs of like, I don't know if I can, or like, you know, will I be able to? It's okay. Be conscious of it, and just reconnect your why of just like what led you to start, what's your vision, and what is your goal of plan of action that is going to lead you there. And that builds the confidence, bringing that emotion that automatically is going to have to rewrite that reality.
Absolutely. For example, you know, if you're thinking, well, I don't know anyone who's been successful in my life, so therefore I'm not going to be successful. Well, this is something that, yes, of course, if you really want to engage in the behavior of wanting to be successful, you will see some success. But if you're still believing deep down that this is your reality, that you're never going to be successful because you don't have anyone around you who's successful in what it is that you want to do, then you'll fall back into the same cycle of self-sabotage. So that's the same example. This is why it is so important to create empowering beliefs for yourself. And so whatever you believe, you attract, right? So you are creating your future with every single thought, whether you want to believe it or not. So when you believe something to be true, you will always look for ways to justify and support your beliefs. And this is something that is really, really big.
It really is. It really is because that's your identity. Your
Mm-hmm.
internal identity will route you in the direction that you're wanting to go, right? So it's really important to not just have a belief, and that's why we say of just like not only feeling positive throughout your
Mm-hmm.
day, but it's just feeling conscious, feeling aware, feeling
Yeah.
present, feeling
Mm-hmm.
in the moment so that you are reconstructing an identity within yourself that will actually redesign the direction where you're going, right? And even if it just changes of like 1% a day, a beautiful design that like you guys can actually just picture right now because I'm not going to start drawing and who knows what. But if your destiny is just like where you're going right now, like how you were raised in the past, and just like that is now leading your life prior to starting your business, prior to taking the action of taking control of your life, if it was set in a straight line, right? Straight line, that's just the straight line that will represent you going to school, getting out of school, finding a job, having a family, buying a house, buying a car, just go work until you're 65, 70 to hope that you retire. If that's the straight line that was designed for you, then now you've taken an action that will actually give you that control, and it just makes a one small degree of change, one small degree that looking at my hand, you can't even tell the difference because it's so small. But over time, to keep the intention on that path, instead of going into that straight line that was designed for you, you actually, that small little 1 degree will lead you to a completely new, different life. But that only happens with the deliberate decision that you're taking each and every single day to have that intention to create that new identity within yourself that would lead you into that whole new life. You see how that works? It's just like changing that identity can happen with just one decision that is taken every single day to walk the path that you decide instead of the path that is given upon you.
Absolutely. Or it's like, and also when we say when you believe something to be true, you will always look for ways to justify and support your beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, it's something
That's
that could be as simple as, for example, let us know in the comments if this is something that you've experienced as well. But for example, whenever you want to have a new car and you're looking for a van, you know, right now we want to actually purchase a van soon enough, so we're seeing vans everywhere we go, you know, simply because this is, you know, so what we're looking for. If you want to have like a white car, or there's a certain type of car, for example, that you like, just notice that when you'll be going out, you'll just notice white cars, simply because this is what you'll focus on, because this is where your energy is.
There was actually a name for that. I forgot. Shoot, otherwise that would have been cool to just share with you guys. But it's just, it actually has the purpose. But go on, I'm gonna let you finish.
Absolutely. Or, you know, for example, if it's for example, let's go in a deeper belief that would be more negative. For example, if you're feeling like I'm not worthy of success, and then you, for example, you're going to school and you fail a test, and that's going to be for you a way to justify and support that belief. Well, I'm not worthy, I just failed a test, when in fact you can retake that test, you can improve, you can learn more, and you can become better at that skill. It's not the end of the road, you know?
Yeah, it's just really not being stuck in that negative mindset. That's what we're trying to share, because whatever you decide to focus on, to find like the confirmation of, that's what's going to be coming to you.
Absolutely.
Right? It's automatic. This actually has a name. I wish I remember what that name was. It's just like, it's that part of the brain. The brain doesn't know what's right or wrong. Like, it just knows what you want to have within your life. So if you find, like, for example, that you are keeping your mind positive. This is why affirmations are so powerful. Because at the moment that you speak into that, I can, I will, I'm capable, I'm able to, you're automatically telling your mind, like, hey, I'm ready. Give me more of what I want to receive. Show me like the truth that I can actually be what I'm saying that I am. And it's going to be provided to you, because then at that point, your brain, what does it do? It's going to automatically let you see, like, for example, the example that Steph said before, if you wanted to get a white car, You're going to start seeing more of the white cards. Why? Because you brought that emotion into it and you brought that decision of what you're looking to actually have. So it's automatically going to show you more of that. Yeah. But the same is true for the opposite. Absolutely. If you start something and you start having a bit of a negative attachment to it, you start having a bit of a negative belief into it as well, your brain is not going to know that that's negative, but it's going to bring you more so that it can confirm to you what you're focusing on. This is why Absolutely. Being conscious and aware is really powerful to just start doing from now, so that whenever that happens, you are not living into a reactive state, but that you're more on a proactive where it's like, hey, why am I having this thought? How is it serving me? Is it truly because of this? Or is it because, like right now, I am not guarding my own self being enough to be able to be into that peak state to have that unity with my goals and the outcome and the impact that I'm looking to have, right? So it's always just guarding your mind and just being aware that either if you say to yourself that you can, or either if you say to yourself that you can't, you'll either look for solutions or look for excuses. Right? We're not saying this for who knows what, but it's just mostly to say that like you are in control, but it just comes from one thing and one thing alone, the decision that you make, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's really as simple as that, and it's Absolutely. Just as powerful as that.
Yes. So scarcity versus abundance. So let's get more into that as well. So you can choose to either view the world as abundant or scarce, but again, they cannot coexist.
For sure.
So and what we mean by that as well is that the world cannot be super scarce and abundant at the same time. So the abundance mindset flows out of a deeper sense of personal worth and security. It is a paradigm that is grounded in the belief that there is more than enough for everyone. And alternatively, the scarcity mindset is pretty much the belief that there will never be enough, resulting in feeling of fear, stress, and anxiety. And you remember, those feelings where they were on the scale as well. So the beauty of life is that at any given moment, you have the power to change your life, right? And if you choose to make that mental shift from a place of scarcity to one of abundance, you will definitely transform your entire life. And we do have a couple of examples that we'll be going through right now just to kind of give you more examples of scarcity versus abundance mindset. So we'll be going through that. Do you have anything you want to share on that?
No, at this point, no, because I shared it on the other slide as well, but it's just overall to always just stay into that peak state. And whenever that happens, that it's in more of like a scarcity mindset, we're human beings, right? It happens. But it's just like being aware of it, being conscious, letting go, and ready to just, take that control. Make the shift.
Absolutely. So let's get into the examples. So the first one is plenty versus deficit. So a person with an abundant mindset believes that there is always more of everything in life, whether that's money, relationship, resources, opportunities, versus someone with a scarcity mentality lives in fear that they're going to lose their time or money because they believe that there will never be enough. And therefore, they're in constant competition of staying on top. So this is pretty much an example of what it could be. So plenty versus deficit in that eventuality.
When you realize that like you are abundant, there's so much abundance all around the world, and that when you stay into that peak state, there's really nothing that can come to you that brings you back into that lack. Why? Because it's like, hey, you know what? Instead of actually letting it affect me, where can I learn? How can I learn from it so that I'm able to actually get the golden nugget that the universe is trying to just give me right now that maybe I missed in the past, so that I can grow from it rather than just like feeling like I have to stay on top and I have to just like try to just like struggle. Did you guys ever see like that picture, the GIF or meme or whatever it was called, that is like split in two, that there's like a big cup and there's like the little cartoon figure of a guy that is just like trying to stay on top of the cup and just like floating, where he's just like struggling to swim, where on the other side it just like automatically just lays back and just like chills on top of the water, and it just like floats, right? When you are in the abundant mindset, you feel like you don't have to struggle. Why? Because you realize how abundant you really are, right? And it's okay that, like, if right now you might feel like you're struggling, it's okay if right now you feel like you're swimming your heart out and just trying to stay afloat. We were all there, right? And sometimes it can even happen to us that tries to bring us like back over there, but it happens like for an instant. Why? Because with time, you're actually giving more of that energy to that flow of just being aware and conscious of just like the things that don't serve you. You're able to breathe that much sooner and just let go so that you can be back on that state of just floating, of just staying into the abundance, right? So that's just like what we're wanting to just share with you, of just being conscious. It's really, we're not gonna stop saying that, because that's just really what it is. Be conscious of all that you do, and all that you do will change for you.
Absolutely. Another example is positive versus negative. So a person with an abundance mindset focuses on the limitless possibilities that exist in life. They choose to think in positive terms about everything that happens in life, good or bad. So as a result of this way of thinking, of course, they will be attracting amazing experiences and opportunities in their lives. Alternatively, someone with a scarcity mindset always dwells on what isn't working in their life. So they would adopt more of a victim mentality and blame others for their failures instead of taking responsibility of their actions. So that's again the difference between the two over here, where you can see where this can come, in your life.
Absolutely. And again, it just simply comes down to being aware of it and just overall just staying to that peak state. And like the quote that we said before, well, we didn't say this one, but an object in motion stays in motion. And that is simply because wherever you decide to just take the energy from, it just automatically brings it back to you and just like stays into that motion.
Definitely.
Right? But you're in control of changing that for sure.
And next, so we have a little quote over here. So do you want to read that one?
Oh, this one, I'll leave it to you.
Okay, so law of attraction. So this is about the radio analogy, and we'll be explaining what it is in just a moment. But as you think thoughts that feel good to you, you will be in harmony with who you really are. So this is with Abraham Hicks. Again, you'll probably notice that we actually love their quotes.
Yeah, not only the quotes, but it's just overall like her lessons are just so amazing. For you guys that might not know who Abraham Hicks is, we definitely recommend to just go do a quick YouTube search, because like honestly, the value that she provides is absolutely amazing. We've learned so much from her, and we sure know that like you can too. And this is just like our recommendation to you. And this is why we add these quotes here and there, because no one else better can actually just like really be representing and just sharing and just giving the value of attraction as just like, all the lessons that she provides. So we wanted to just add that in here for you guys.
Yes, absolutely. So let's get into radio analogy, and you'll be understanding this quote a lot better as well as we go into it. So the radio analogy is pretty much that we are the radio, tuning the frequency to tune into different stations. So think of yourself as the radio. So everything is already provided to you, right? You just have to get on the right frequency to receive it. So for example, what do you want to channel in your life? An abundant and love-based program, or a scarcity and fear-based program? Or what can you do to get in alignment with that frequency is the next question. So we are the conductors and receivers of these manifestations, right? So it's really just like on the radio. If this, you want to have more of one thing, you can switch the radio and you'll be eventually finding exactly what you're looking for. But it's just pretty much you are the one in control of changing the channel, right?
Yeah.
And finding something that actually aligns with what it is that you want in your life. So this is this is the analogy over here, the radio analogy. So this is a really powerful one, which we wanted to share with you all here.
Definitely.
And we'll just finish with the emotional scale once again, because this ties in really well with the radio analogy. If you want to feel, you want to feel more joyful or love or passion and all of those really good feelings and high vibes, well, you are the one in control of what channel you'll be listening to or what it is that you're going to be absorbing in your life so that you can actually get to those high vibes, right? So this is Yeah, it ties really well with the radio analogy, which is why we want to leave it with that for the end. So this is pretty much the presentation we have for you over here.
So it's pretty much just to let you know what radio do you wish to tune in into each and every single day, right? Make that decision, and just overall, whenever you're feeling that you're a bit on the low vibes, right down here, know that it's okay. Just breathe into the good and just let out what is not serving you. And before you know it, for every breath, excuse me, for every breath is gonna bring you higher and higher and higher till you're back all the way up here to be into that joyful state, right? And just know that whatever emotion you're feeling, because this was a big one for me way back like many years ago, whenever I would feel like feelings that weren't serving me, I had no idea about law of attraction. I had no idea about any of this. I wasn't aware of it, but I honestly felt that like whenever I would be into those low vibes, that there was something wrong with my inner state, that I couldn't understand why I would feel like anxious or anger and just like, you know, overall just botheredness and just feelings that weren't serving me. So I would try to repress them and just like put them aside, put them down, but I would feel like even more of that hurt. Why? Because it never would bring me up into that state, because it would just keep me into that doubtful mind of like, why am I feeling this? Instead of like, you know what, I'm in control, let me bring myself back up into that state. And the reason why I'm actually sharing this is because being conscious and being aware of your states, being conscious and being aware that like whatever you're feeling, it's an emotion, and you're a human being, so you're meant to feel emotions. But as a human being, you have the power to decide how long you're gonna stay into that state, right? How long you're gonna actually just gonna give the time for you to go up into a joyful state, to be able to let go of the emotions that are not serving you, so that you can have the inspiration, the overall growth that could come from like high vibe, high states, right? And this, although was like things of like years and years back, this is why like I'm extremely grateful, like I'm sure that everyone here, of just like the personal development journey, because it allows you to become conscious of your own mind, of your own thinking, your own beliefs, your own feelings, and just being able to make the decisions that truly serve you, not even in your entire just like overall future of a life, into your day-to-day of now, that will set you up for the future, but to never just have of like a vision for the future and neglecting the now, because the future happens from the now, from what you decide now, that will lead you to make those improvements each and every single day, right?
Absolutely.
So small little story just to let you know that like whatever you're feeling, just to sum it up, whatever you're feeling, it's okay. Breathe into the good, let go of what doesn't serve you, and just overall allow your now to be your present of what creates your future.
Yeah, I mean, emotions are visitors, right?
Yeah,
if you think of yourself like a hotel or something, emotions are visitors, right? So it's okay that they pass through.
Yeah.
You decide just how long you want to keep them and host them. So absolutely.
I love that example. That's cool. But with that said,
we can stop sharing the screen over here, and we'll get into the affirmation card.
Yeah, for sure.
As well.
So go ahead. Yeah.
Do you want to choose a color today?
I'll choose a color today.
Yeah, why not? You never actually. We usually always ask you guys to choose a color, and we actually never chose a color ourselves.
All right.
So
well, at this point, you know what? As they say, ladies first. So I'm the one actually mixing.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see. You're just gonna pick the card, and that'll be the card of the day.
Okay. So I'll go with blue.
Okay. So
you choose blue.
This one seems like a really nice blue.
Okay. So today's card, everyone, this is gonna be, nothing is more important than that I feel good. This is exactly what we talked about today. So whenever you are feeling less than good, if you will stop and say, nothing is more important than that I feel good. I want to find a reason now to feel good. You will find an improved thought. Anytime you feel negative emotion, you are in the mode of resisting something that you want. and that resistance takes its toll on you. It takes its toll on your physical body, and it takes its toll on the amount of wonderful things that you are allowing to come into your experience.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's segment intended. Well, that's everything that we shared about today is pretty much summarized in one card. So this is really
awesome,
cool.
Guys. And I see Randy that said I was actually going to suggest you guys to pick a card for once. That's so cool. Thank you, Randy.
Yes.
And so that was the cool card for the day.
Yes.
And absolutely love how it connected really well with just everything that was just shared in here as well in this quick live presentation. And with that being said, we're going to actually just take a look here very quickly. And
awesome. So at this point,
that's all done. That's all closed.
Everything is good. So we've shared everything with you guys. We really enjoyed those talks, and we're super happy to see you all live with us over here today. And again, we'll see you next week for a different topic. And we are looking forward to seeing you all.
Keep crushing it, and we look forward to seeing you all on the next call. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Bye.